Hi, and welcome to Yin and Restorative Yoga with some gentle, mindful movement. My name is Michelle Chua. Grab a pillow, a blanket, a strap if you have one, and 2 yoga blocks, and let's begin in a restorative posture. So we did have a request to focus on practices in yoga that help to relieve headaches, release tension around the eyes, the neck, the head. So we're going to begin in a restorative posture. If you have a wall, I invite you to place your yoga mat perpendicular to the wall. I don't have a wall myself, and if you don't, grab a chair that you could elevate your legs onto, or if you're able to slide your mat up against a couch or a bed, sort of like this, then you'll be able to set yourself up and legs up the wall, which is a posture that is known to help relieve tension in the head. So we're going to begin there for a bit, and that is also a way to get grounded and relaxed. So the way to get into that position, if this were a wall or whatever furniture you might be using, is to sit up so that first of all, you have a block nearby that when you lie down, you can reach for it in case you want some elevation of the pelvis in addition. And then have one outer hip flush against the wall or that piece of furniture, sort of like this. Turn over to one side until you're in a fetal position lying on your side. And in that fetal position, slide towards the wall until your sitting bones at the bottom of your pelvis or your glutes are touching that wall or furniture, and then slide your legs up to rest onto the wall as you roll onto your back, or place your calves on that furniture. And feel free to use any of your additional pillows or blankets if you want to elevate your calves even higher, almost mimicking a wall. And then if you're wanting a little more stimulation for your blood flow, you can use your block. Lift up your pelvis. You can push your feet into the wall or press them down into the chair and slide the block wide across the flat part of your lower back. So underneath your sacrum, make sure that you adjust so that you can be here for a few minutes to start and feel good. You feel relaxed. You can not engage any part of your body to hold yourself up here. You can sort of surrender your body into the shape. Make sure you have some sort of symmetry you can feel along the left and right shoulders, hips, arms, legs, feet. And then take a mental scan of your body and just observe any way it's speaking to you through any kind of sensation right now. Areas of tension, areas that feel really open, all of it. So staying right where you are, I'm going to come up so that I can read something as we begin. And then taking note of your physical state, notice the quality of the breath as it's naturally moving through your body right now. Becoming more aware of your energetic state. And then sense the energy of your heart center. Anything emotionally that is moving through you. Become aware of the kinds of thoughts that are feeding those emotions. Tuning into your mental and emotional landscape. And now begin to slow the breath down. Invite a greater inhalation, very gently filling up your lungs, filling up your belly. And if it feels good, sigh it out or hum it out. Make a sound if you like. Open the mouth. Draw it all the way out to the bottom. Invite an even deeper inhalation. Take your time filling up, drinking it in fully. Maybe even hold the breath in at the top for a few seconds without straining. And then slowly let it go. Any sound, any vibrational sound. Empty it out, any last bit of stagnant air, and hold it out. And then try that a couple more times on your own, lengthening the breath in, hold, lengthening the breath out through the mouth, and holding. As you continue to deepen your breath, I'm going to share what the Yoga Sutras identifies as 4 keys to inner peace, or rather 4 practices that cultivate equanimity. You might remember that equanimity is a neutral state of mind. It's an inner state of calm and balance in which the world can be chaotic around you or it can be blissful around you, but you are still in a calm state either way. So that's a short explanation of equanimity. And the Yoga Sutra is in book 1, sutra number 33. And this is Nischala Joy Devi's translation of that sutra in her book, The Secret Power of Yoga, which is our book club for this month. So she says, to preserve openness of heart and calmness of mind, nurture these attitudes. Here are the 4 keys. Number 1, kindness to those who are happy. Sounds pretty easy. Number 2, compassion for those who are less fortunate. Okay. Number 3, honor for those who embody noble qualities. And number 4, equanimity to those whose actions oppose your values. So that even state of mind, even to those who oppose your own values. Throughout our classes this week, I'll highlight specific keys within the sutra. And today I want to read her explanation of an example of times that we might be challenged to practice the first key, that kindness to those who are happy. Though it sounds pretty straightforward, where have been times or when have been times that you found it challenging to be happy for someone who was happy? Maybe they were enjoying something that you wanted for yourself but didn't have. So maybe there's jealousy or a sense of competition. Or this scenario, which she writes about. Imagine that you're meeting a friend whom you have not seen in ages. You pack a picnic and head to the park to catch up on what is happening in her life. Finding an ideal spot, you spread out a blanket, lay out the food, and begin to enjoy the tasty dishes and the wonderful company. After the first 2 bites, both body and heart feel nourished. Just then, a man sits down very close to you and lights up a big, fat, juicy cigar. Puffing happily, he leans back in the grass with a big grin, allowing the billowing smoke to waft directly into your nose and onto your food. Before taking any action, observe your mind. Are you annoyed? Even angry? Who is he to ruin my perfect time by polluting us with this cigar toxin? Is judgment creeping in? Are you thinking how unconscious he must be to do something like that? Is he doing it purposely to annoy me? Your blood pressure has probably risen and your immune function is already weakened, not from the cigar toxin, but from your own emotions and thoughts that have taken control. Here's that coming off kilter from that equilibrium or equanimity, evenness of mind. Now give the heart a chance and look again at the man and the situation. He seems happy, relaxed, and at ease with the world, enjoying his treat. Do you want to spoil the mood in your own special time by responding to the situation with anger and self-righteousness? Those 2 emotions in particular can take hours to recover from. Instead, try opening your heart and allowing kindness to meet his happiness. With a kind vibration, let the man know that you are happy he is enjoying his expensive cigar. Since you also would like to enjoy your meal, would he mind directing the smoke in another direction, or even better, enjoying it in another location? His response will often match the energy as well as the words you put forth. Most situations in your life are not as dramatic, yet the same remedy will apply. Try overriding the mind's indignation with the heart's desire to love everyone. You may be amazed at the results. Now, you might have an anecdote or personal experience that parallels this in some degree, more or less. How do we integrate that first key of equanimity or inner peace, of genuinely practicing kindness for someone else who is happy? So right where you are, still in that restorative legs up the wall or legs up the piece of furniture posture, as you continue to deepen your breath, and now if you can, comfortably just through the nose with the lips closed, let's invite gratitude into the practice, yet another way to cultivate peace and joy of heart. What is something that you appreciate right now as you're resting here? Maybe rest your hands at your heart center, middle of your chest. And as you invite that feeling of gratitude from that lens, clarify your intention for this practice. What is it that you are inviting into your experience by uniting your mind, your body, your breath, your spirit? Yoga. As you breathe in, sense the energy of that intention, the qualities, the feeling tone of it. Breathing out, any sort of resistance there might be in the body or mind towards it. Just allowing more space for it to flow more viscerally within you. And then as a means of remembering that we are part of a larger whole and stepping beyond the individual ego mind, I invite you now to choose somebody or something that you care about to dedicate today's practice to. Could be someone, could be a community or cause, making an offering of your practice. Now let's prepare to chant 3 ohms. So let the breath in all the way down to the pit of your belly. As you move through this practice, remember to tune into your body moment by moment and sense the best ways it's guiding you to the most appropriate variation of postures and ways to use your props and to move so that you choose with discernment postures that work for you. So let's start to practice a breathing technique that cultivates equanimity of mind, that cultivates a balanced inner state, and that is Ujjayi Pranayama. Staying right where you are, just a little bit longer. Place your hands on the left and right walls of your rib cage and feel how you're breathing into each side. Invite balance so that you're stretching both left and right walls as expansively when you breathe in, and you're softening each side in the same way as you breathe out. Now let's add to that, closing the lips, softly narrowing or gently constricting the back of your throat, and allowing the breath to create a very soft whispering sound as you guide it in and out evenly and sustained, just through the nose. Listen to that sound as you are regulating a very slow rhythm. By tuning into that rhythm, allowing your mind an object of focus, creating a meditative state. See if you can keep that slow rhythm going through much of this physical practice until we practice a different breathing technique, that is. And if you have a block underneath your sacrum, bending your knees, step your feet into the wall where you are, or lift the hips some way, and then remove the block, set it aside until your pelvis is on the ground. Draw your bent knees together into your chest. Keep that whispering breath going, and then turn over to your right side and just rest your head on your arm or your block, whatever is more comfortable, and just pause here. Continue to tune into your breath. So we want to transition into an upright position really gradually, since you've been in an inversion or upside down quite a while, so you don't want to get lightheaded by coming up too quickly. So allow at least 3 more deep breaths as you're lying on your side. Then begin to press the ground and lift your head and torso upright until you can come into a comfortable seated position. So that once you're sitting down, you could be sitting down on 2 blocks side by side, so you make a wide base of support. Sit towards the front edge and allow your spine to lengthen more upright as you relax the shoulders down. And we'll just start to gently circle the head. If you're feeling dizzy in any way, then just keep the head still and focus on the breath here. You can circle out the shoulders instead, like this. So if the head, go really slowly, drop the chin towards your chest. Inhale, slide your left ear towards your left shoulder, tilting your chin up. Exhale, right ear towards right shoulder, dropping your chin slowly. And take another round in this direction. Go slower if that feels better. And when you finish, go in the opposite direction, another 2 rounds. Slow, gentle pace. Relaxing your eyes and your eyebrows, the muscles around the eyes. And then let's go ahead and circle out the shoulders. If you were already doing that, go in the opposite direction. So inhale, shoulders forward and up. Long exhale, release the shoulders back and down. Inhale, forward and up. Exhale, back and down. A couple more times on your own. Let your breath lead. Let your body follow. Now, this is called gliding. So not circling, but imagine you're balancing a book on your head. So you're keeping your chin sort of parallel to the floor, and we're just gently bumping the rib cage over to the left side. And then we're bumping the rib cage over to the right side. So you're gliding side to side, just opening up the side waist a bit. Inhale to one side, exhale to the other. One more on each side. Then we'll add to that more dimensions. So inhale to one side, circle all the way forward, feel the weight shift towards the front of the pelvis, and exhale other side, circle all the way back, feel the weight shift to the back of the pelvis. Take another circle in this direction. And when you complete it, go 2 times in the opposite direction. All right, we're going to bring the legs and the spine into more movement. So let's come down to hands and knees, all fours. You might set the blocks to frame the top of your mat. Spread your fingers flat so that your index fingers are pointing straight ahead or slightly turned out. Stack your shoulders over your wrists, stack your hips above your knees. And as you inhale, stretch your right leg behind you and up, coiling your chest up into a variation of cow pose. As you exhale, contracting your belly, drop your head and bring the knee towards your nose. 4 more. Inhale, stretch the front of your body. Exhale, contract. Inhale, extend. Exhale, contract. Inhale, extend. Exhale, contract. Inhale, extend. This time, exhale, contract, and softly step the foot forward. Step it over to the right side of your right hand. So we're in a kneeling lizard lunge. We're gonna warm up the pelvic region, the inner thighs, the hips a little more. So if it's helpful to be able to relax your shoulders more easily, plant your hands on your blocks. And again, both arms are on the inside of your right leg. Right foot is out to the right side, a little wider. So tuck your back toes and let your pelvis sink as you inhale, look up. As you exhale, begin to scissor your right hip back, straightening the right leg towards half split, but extend your chest forward and only bow to where you're not rounding the back. Flex the right foot here. Inhale, rebend the right knee, sink your hips and look up. Exhale to a wide version of half split. The back knee stays on the floor. You're straightening the right leg towards what's comfortable and bowing inside of it. 2 more rounds. Inhale, kneeling lunge, look up. Press the right big toe mound forward as you flex the foot and straighten, half split. Inhale, kneeling lunge. Exhale, peel the right outer hip back, lengthen your spine as you fold. Kneeling lunge again. And then step the right knee behind you. Come back down to your hands if you are using blocks. Shoulders over wrists, hips above knees, spread the fingers flat. Side 2, inhale, raise your left leg behind you and coil your chest up. Exhale, round your back, bending left knee towards your nose as you drop your head. 4 more times. Inhale, extend through your front body. Exhale, contract. Inhale, extend. Exhale, contract. Inhale, extend. Exhale, contract. Inhale, extend. And exhale, contract. Then step the left foot forward to the left side of your left hand, keeping both hands on the inside of your front leg. Notice if it's helpful here to use blocks under your hands. If you did so on the first side, I would try to do the same thing here just to keep balance, unless there's something very drastically different. So keep the back knee on the floor, tuck the right toes. Inhale, let your pelvis sink as you gaze up, lizard lunge. Keep the back knee down, lift the ball of your left foot as you flex the foot. Exhale, scissor left outer hip back as you move towards straightening the leg, bowing inside of it. Keep the spine long. Inhale, bend the front knee again, lizard lunge, gaze up. Exhale, wide version of half split. Inhale, kneeling lunge, look up. Exhale, half split. Inhale, kneeling lunge. And exhale, half split. I believe we have one more. Inhale, kneeling lunge. Exhale, half split. Now this time, kneeling lunge, let's step into downward facing dog. Just for a few breaths, feel free to pedal out your feet, shake out your head, roll the triceps down, let the neck soften. Lift your hips up and back. You could even swivel your hips side to side. Stretching the sides of your torso, dropping the head. And tune into the breath. Slow, even, whispering sound through the nose. Begin to walk your feet forward to arrive at the top of your mat in a standing forward fold where you bend your knees so much that your spine easily lengthens. Either grab a strap, hold it between the hands behind your lower back like this, or interlace your fingers, whatever allows you to stretch the arms forward at least a foot away from your lower back. While lifting your shoulders up away from the neck, drop your head, maybe even shake it out. Let your neck be loose. Let your jaw be loose. And then begin to straighten your right leg as you bend the left knee generously. Lean your torso to the outer side of your right leg. And then again, relax the jaw, relax the neck. Stretch the arms forward. Breathe. Maybe switch the interlacing of your thumb on top, index on top, and then bend the right knee generously. Straighten the left leg and lean forward towards the outer side of your left leg. Deep breaths. Come back to center, release the arms, shimmy out your shoulders, maybe even sway the spine. Bend your knees as much as it allows you to feel stability, especially for your lower back. And with your knees still bent, head hanging freely, arms hanging freely. As you inhale, begin to roll your spine slowly upright to stand. Take your time, lifting your head last. And then join your palms together at your heart center. Imagine breathing into the soles of your feet and filling up your whole body with fresh new prana, life force energy, all the way to the crown of your head. Exhale anything you need to release back down out through the soles of your feet. One more time, inhale from the soles to the crown. Cleansing exhale through the nose. This time, inhale, sweep your arms forward and roll your shoulders back and down. Lift your chest and gaze. Bend your knees, exhale, bow over your legs. Press down into your blocks or the floor in front of you. Inhale, stretch your spine forward. Draw your shoulder blades back. Exhale, bow towards your legs again. Press to the feet. Inhale, sweep your arms forward, rising all the way up. Coil your chest up. Exhale, join your hands from your crown center to your heart center. One last time, Ardha Surya Namaskar. Inhale, sweep your arms overhead in Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, bow over your legs in Uttanasana. Press down with your hands. Inhale, lengthen forward in Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, Urdhva Hastasana, arms overhead. This time, interlace your fingers. Flip your palms inside out. Drop the shoulders. Exhale, side bend to your right for a few breaths. Press the left foot heavier into the ground. Draw your tailbone towards the earth between your heels, and then lift your spine from the hips. Then continue to press the heels of your palms towards your right wall while softening your shoulders away from your neck. One more deep breath. Draw the lower belly in and inhale, rise up. Switch the interlacing of the thumb and index and flip the palms up again. Exhale, drop the shoulders, then begin to side bend to your left. Press the right foot more deeply into the earth. Inhale as you lift the lower spine from your pelvis. Exhale, press the heels of your palms towards your left wall. Draw the shoulder blades down your back. 2 more breaths. Inhale, rise up, bend your elbows apart, slide the shoulder blades down your back, and from right under your shoulder blades, tilt your chest up, lengthen the back of your neck. Deep breath, broaden the collarbones. Join your hands at your heart, bend your knees, exhale, forward fold. Come on down to sit and take a block with you. Put a strap near the back end of your mat as well. Come to lie on your back. And then once again, place the block under your sacrum. Step your feet on the floor. And then bend your left knee towards your chest. Take hold of your left thigh or your left shin with both of your hands, relaxing your head and shoulders on the ground. Let's start by circling the left foot at the ankle couple of times in both directions. Sense the quality of your breath now. Now flexing your right foot, keep your right knee and toes facing the sky as you slide the right heel forward to whatever degree you might straighten the right leg without strain. With each exhale, hugging the left leg closer to the left side of your rib cage. To avoid turning out the right leg, spin your inner right thigh slightly towards the ground. So the right knee points straight up. About 2 or 3 more deep breaths here. Step both feet on the earth with both knees bent again, and just pause a moment. Sense anything that might be shifting in your body. Deep breath. Keep your left foot on the ground and bend your right knee into your chest. Take hold of the thigh or your shin with both hands. Keep grounding your head and shoulders and begin to rotate your right foot a couple of times in both directions. As you hug the right thigh closer to the right side of your rib cage, flex your left foot and slide the left heel forward just to the degree that's comfortable for you. Spin the inner left thigh slightly towards the ground so your left knee points straight up. And continue to bring the right leg closer. Deep breaths here. About 3 more. Bend both knees, step both feet on the ground, and pause for a deep breath. Notice how your body feels. Now let's go ahead and remove that block from underneath. Lower your pelvis gently and take the strap. If there's a loop, or you can create one, make it about the size where you can step the ball of one foot into. If there's not a loop, you can step your foot into the middle of the strap. So step the ball of your right foot into the strap, kick into it as you pull the strap just for a moment, extending the right leg towards the sky. Now holding the strap in your left hand while the strap is around your right foot. Slide the left leg onto the floor, scoot your pelvis another 3 to 5 inches towards the right edge of your mat. We're going to prepare for a version of a spinal twist. So open the right arm out to the right and ground that shoulder during the whole twist, only going as far in the twist where that right shoulder stays on the ground. Maybe even look past it, stretching your neck. Now, as you're holding the strap, sickle your right foot, no longer flexing it. Turn the right foot from the ankle so the sole faces the left wall. 1/3 of the range of your spinal twist, begin to cross the right leg over to your left side. Pause there and consciously draw your right outer hip forward towards the front edge of your mat, tractioning your lower spine. Then continue into the second third of your range in the twist. Once again, consciously draw that right outer hip forward towards the front edge of your mat. Keep rooting the right shoulder down, and then continue on with your twist, staying for several breaths, maybe about 10 in total. And if available without straining, bend your left knee, and with your right hand, catch the top of your left foot. Then reground your right shoulder as you bring your left foot towards your glute, and continue to tilt your right outer hip forward towards the front edge of your mat. Maybe about 5 more deep breaths where you are. Whether or not you've added holding the left foot, if it's too cumbersome, let it go. There's already a lot happening here. One more deep breath. Breathe into the left and right walls of your rib cage as evenly as you can. The bottom of the exhale, release the left leg straight and roll onto your back. Remove the strap, step the right foot down, bend the left knee towards you, and step the ball of your left foot into the strap. Kick into the strap as you pull it with your left hand to start. And from here, go ahead and Hold the strap in your right hand and shift your pelvis to the left, another 3 or so inches. Slide the right leg forward on the ground. Open your left arm out to the left. Make sure that left shoulder stays on the floor. Maybe even gaze past it to stretch your neck. Now sickle your left foot from the ankle. Turn the sole of your left foot to face your right wall. 1/3 of your twisting range. Cross your left leg over to your right side and pause. Consciously draw the left outer hip forward towards the front edge of the mat. Listen to the breath, and then continue another 1/3 of your range into the twist and pause. Once again, consciously tack that left outer hip forward. Continue to twist and continue to roll the left outer hip forward and ground your left shoulder. Now, if it's available on this side, you might bend the right knee and add that quadricep stretch where you catch hold of the top of your right foot with your left hand. Then reground your left shoulder as you bring the right foot towards your glutes and continue to tilt your left outer hip forward for about 5 or so more deep breaths. Remember to use your discernment and listen to the sensations in your body as guides to know just the right variation or intensity of a posture to take. Practicing kindness to our bodies and ourselves before we can even practice it to others who are happy. One more deep breath. The bottom of the breath, slowly unwind and release the right leg straight, remove the strap. Bend your knees apart into happy baby pose, lifting the soles of your feet. Now make sure to ground your tailbone, head, and shoulders. If your head needs a pillow, go ahead and elevate it. Bring your arms on the inner sides of your thighs, catch your outer shins, ankles, or feet, and try to parallel your feet to each other as the soles face the sky. Gently pulling your feet apart, draw your knees bent downward towards the earth outside of your shoulders. So we're broadening across the sacrum, your lower back. Also an inner thigh stretch. You might like to rock side to side and massage your lower back. How's the breath here? Now you could continue into 2 options. Supine frog, where you might like to flex your feet if your knees feel tender, and bend your knees out to the sides until they're about 90-degree bent. So it's like a squat, but you're lying on your back. And here you could rest your arms on your inner thighs to encourage your inner thighs to open up. Make sure to keep grounding your tailbone, shoulders, and head. You could also opt to clasp your big toes instead and straighten the legs apart, straddling wide. Once again, ground your tailbone, shoulders, and head. In either one, let's stay another 5 to 7 deep breaths. Where in your body might you imagine inviting the spaciousness of your inhales and the sense of relaxation and release with your exhales, or softening? Bring your hands to your outer thighs and gently bring your knees together towards your chest. Maybe rocking a little side to side or circling the legs if you like. You're going to set up in supported fish pose. So slowly lift your torso and take your 2 blocks placing one to trace the midline of your mat like this on its second level or medium height, and the other to be closer to the rear of your mat on its tallest height. That's a good place to start. Or if you're feeling pretty open to the chest, you could tilt that block to its medium height across the mat so it looks like a capital T. Have the block spaced apart, maybe just an inch or two, so that as you keep your pelvis on the ground with your legs extended forward, and you might even like to use your pillow underneath the backs of your knees to bring ease and support to your lower back like this. Let the feet drop, you can shake them out and just let them flop. And then lean back so that you're aiming for the area that's towards the inner bottom tips of your shoulder blades to touch the first edge of the closest edge of the first block. And then the back of your head is supported by the second block. Feel the back of your neck, that there's a natural length there. Feel your throat, there's an openness there. Spread the collarbones as you rotate the shoulder bones back, and slide your shoulder blades down your back ribs. Let the backs of the hands rest on the floor beside your thighs. As you close your eyes here, feel the breath in, expand throughout your lungs, even the back ribs, your belly. Sense the breath out. Inhale slowly. Exhale slowly. You could choose to continue practicing Ujjayi breath or consciously release control of the breath. We are going to practice another pranayama after this. And we'll be here for only about 2 to 3 more minutes. So with each exhalation, invite the bones in your shoulder girdle, your arms, like your wrist bones, to become heavier, to submit to the natural weight of gravity. And with each inhalation, sense the uplifting effect, the lightness brought to your chest, your heart center. Now we're gonna very gently begin to move. So you might just start by wiggling your toes and fingers, gently turning your head and feeling sensations along your neck. And find your own route that is easiest and less abrupt for you to eventually lift your torso upright to sit. Then find a comfortable way to sit for our next practice of pranayama, which is alternate nostril breathing. Another one that can help for pain management, especially if you're experiencing any sort of head tension. You might elevate your pelvis on a pillow or blocks. Feel your spine, let your shoulders relax. Lift through the back of your skull. Now resting your left hand on your lap, if you're looking for a more grounding feeling, you can bring the thumb and first fingers to touch and take the mudra, resting the palm face down. If you're looking for a feeling of inviting elevated states of consciousness, you can take that same mudra with the palm face up, and it becomes Gyan Mudra. Now, the right hand, placing it in Vishnu Mudra, stick out your thumb, pinky, and ring finger. Closing your lips, continue to breathe slowly, but inaudibly. So unlike Ujjayi breath, make it very soft and subtle. Because this breathing technique also helps us to pay more attention to our subtle energy body, helping us to dive deeper inward to rest and meditation. We'll be using the right thumb to close the right nostril like this, and the right ring and pinky finger to close the left nostril like this. Alternate nostril breathing, or in Sanskrit, Nodi Shodhana Pranayama. So you might close the eyes if that helps you to concentrate. Let's practice 3 cycles of this technique together, and then 3 cycles on your own after that. Then we'll sit, breathe naturally, and observe how you're feeling after. Prepare to begin by exhaling this breath. Right thumb, close right nostril, inhale through left. Hold the breath. Close left, exhale through right. Hold the breath. Inhale through right. Hold the breath. Close right. Exhale through left. Hold the breath. Second cycle. Inhale left for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it in for 4, 3, 2, 1. Close left. Exhale right for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it out for 3, 2, 1. Inhale right for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it for 3, 2, 1. Close right. Exhale left for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Third cycle. Inhale left for 6. Hold for 3. Close left. Exhale right for 6. Hold for 3. Inhale right for 6. Hold for 3. Close right. Exhale left for 6. Hold for 3. Continue 3 more cycles on your own. Take your time, and when you finish, breathing naturally, sit and observe how you're feeling after that. And as you're ready, maybe keeping your eyes closed, gently begin to lower your body entirely onto the floor where you can lie down, splay out your arms and legs, using any props, maybe a blanket, the weight of it folded over your pelvis can feel grounding. And closing your eyes, relaxing in stillness, where you're breathing naturally and being present in your body. We'll be resting in Shavasana or corpse pose for a few minutes before we sit in meditation. resting where you are in stillness. Become aware again of how you're feeling now in your body. And take your time slowly waking it up. Start with small parts, gently moving little by little, easing into a simple stretch. And then eventually rolling over again to your right side and resting your head. And this time bringing awareness back to the breath. Sense its natural flow and how you're feeling now energetically. Then gently lift your body up. Find a way to sit tall, grounded, and easefully for 5 minutes in meditation. One mudra that cultivates that feeling of inner balance, equanimity, is stacking the palms face up on your lap like this with your thumb tips touching. Choose to close your eyes or steady a soft gaze at eye level in one spot. Let the breath flow naturally. Then land your awareness gently on one thing that you choose. Something subtle and steady, such as the breath flowing in and out, the feeling of it, or the sound of the music in the background. Allow the feeling of resting your attention there, where it requires very little effort or struggle. Welcome that feeling of giving your mind a break from doing. Notice how your mind feels and how you feel emotionally. Noticing the effects of your practice on these different layers of your being. Practicing kindness to your body, to yourself, to your mind, to your spirit. What does that feel like? And from that genuine, visceral state, now let's shower that kindness to those around us. And like that Yoga Sutra said, to those who are happy as well. Let's bring the palms together at the heart, acknowledging anything you appreciate and renaming your intention for this practice. And remembering to whom or what you dedicated this practice. And as we close, chanting Om 3 times, sense the vibration you're both giving and receiving, which is also a practice of balance. Inhale deeply. Bowing in, recognize the light within you, that source of peace that resides within. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.